By an offer. Do you have any idea what it would take, Phil? Like, and who would be willing to move to three for a quarterback? Like, what could the Patriots realistically get for that draft pick?
What they could realistically get and what I think they are going to be asking for might be two different things. I think because of where they sit, because when you're picking three overall and you don't have a quarterback, and the Patriots are now without Bill Belichick, lording over the entire football operation for the first time in a long, long time, ownership is going to be in some way, shape, or form involved here. I'm not saying Robert Kraft is going to be making this pick or Jonathan Kraft is going to be making this pick, but that is you're taking a quarterback at three potentially. That is a high, high level organizational call. And I think there's going to be enough pressure on everyone involved to take a quarterback there that if they were coaxed to move out, it would have to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like more than what the Niners gave up to move from 12 to 3 back in 2021 to draft Trey Lance, which was their first round pick that year, which they were at 12, obviously. So, but also their 2022 first rounder and their 2023 first rounder. So they traded their first for 3 years to get all the way up there. And I think there was even another pick added in there. Might have been a third round pick as well, somewhere in that mix. I think you're talking even more than that. So can Minnesota offer that? They just picked up this extra first round pick. Can they offer two this year and a one next year and a one 2 years from now? Like, then maybe you're talking, okay, now there are enough questions with these guys. There's no surefire lock, but there's enough in terms of uncertainty there if it's Drake May and JJ McCarthy that at that point you might say that we just have to do this and we'll find our quarterback eventually. Jacoby Brissett can get us by for 2024 and we'll figure it out down the line. I think that's what you might be talking about. Would the Vikings be willing to do that? It would be an overpay relative to that Niners deal. So if they're looking at past history and what the market should bear, in a deal like that, they might say, "You guys are nuts. We're not doing that. Sorry," and hang up the phone. That whole interplay, especially again with a first time GM. Now Elliott Wolf's a GM caliber person. I want to make that clear. Like, he's qualified for that job. But and by the way, he's not even the GM yet. Like, he's still the director of scouting, and we have reported here for months that they are going to do, Ty, and this is wild to me, but they are still going to do general manager interviews, it sounds, after the draft. So, do they end up just keeping
Bizarre.
Elliott Wolf? That's my guess. Do they end up hiring somebody to help him out potentially? Um, but it's just wild with the number of key decisions that need to be made this offseason that the person making the decisions and who has the final say, which Elliott Wolf does, isn't really guaranteed to be in that seat. Like on paper, guaranteed to be in that seat in a month. It's wild.